Hope it's healthy. Hey, look, folks, we're making zucchini, and we're spiralizing it, making it into noodles. And as you know, if you do any kind of gardening at home, those zucchinis, they start coming, man, and they get big, and they get fast, and they just keep on coming. But what you should do is you probably should use them when they're about this size, because now they're really the best. So when you spiralize these babies, we're making noodles, and this is all that's left of the zucchini there. Check that out. Is that crazy looking or what? So what we're going to do is we're going to make a really simple sauce for this, for these noodles. We're going to make about 2 pounds of them, which is about 3 or 4. In this case, it's about 5. And what we'll do is we'll go over this fry pan here, this bowl wrath pan that I got at Dean Supply, and boy, I like these. And they're really reasonable too. I got about 3 tablespoons of oil in there, maybe a little less. I'll put some more in later. I'm going to put garlic in here. And we're going to get that garlic going a little bit. And we're going to put some parsley in here. Believe it or not, that early in the game, right? And a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to push this around a little bit. I think I'm going to put a little more oil in there, just a little bit more, because this is going to be our only sauce. There we go. That looks more like what we're supposed to have. Okay, so we're going to get that going. And what we want to do is, the minute that garlic starts sizzling like we see now, see that sizzle? We're going to start putting some zucchini in here. I'm going to make one more zucchini real quick though. Put it on here. And when you buy one of these gizmos, this is a good one to buy. It's about 30 bucks. You can get them cheaper, like for $10, $12 that you hold in your hand. Doesn't work for beans. So this is the one you want to use. Pretty cool, huh? And it comes with a bunch of different attachments. Make those noodles, baby. Yeah, zucchini is one of those things, once it starts growing in the garden, man, what am I going to do with it? How many different things? And this, you can make a bunch of different sauces. You can use a tomato sauce if you like. Okay, we got that going. We're going to take our zucchini noodles, and we're going to dump them right in there now. But the thing about zucchini noodles is you can't cook them a long time. You only can cook them about 3 or 4 minutes, because they'll get real mushy. And once they get mushy, they're not as much fun as they were when they were nice and crisp. So there you have that. And what we're going to do is we're going to toss them around a little bit. Okay, and you want to do it gentle. You don't want to beat them up. But this is one of those things you don't want to cook real through, because what happens is they'll get real watery. This is also one of those things, after you make it, you want to serve it right away. You don't make this ahead of time and let it sit around, because it'll get a little juicy. But right now it looks like it's doing pretty good. So we have the olive oil in there. We got some garlic. We got a little parsley. You could use basil instead of parsley. You use parsley and basil. Do whatever you want. So let's let that warm up a little bit. And here's what I'm going to do for some toppings. We're going to put some toasted breadcrumbs in here and a little Parmesan cheese. Now these toasted breadcrumbs, what I did was I took ciabatta bread, sliced it real thin, toasted it. Then after it was toasted, I took a little clove of garlic and just rubbed it on it a little bit. And then I took a brush with olive oil and I brushed it a little bit. So these things are great. When you make these at home with pasta or something like that, the kids go crazy for them. You can't make enough of them. You can make a whole loaf of bread. And I'll tell you what, it's fantastic. So then what I did, I got out my meat smasher. Oh, this is going great. I got out my meat smasher and I put these on a plate like that, and I crunched it up. Little sound effects there. That's free today. And I end up with these beautiful crumbs. So I'm going to take these crumbs, my Volrath pan. They got a bunch of stuff too. Like when you get a nonstick pan like this, you should probably get some tongs like this that are like rubbery so they don't scratch the bottom of it. Okay, I got my crumbs, right? I'm going to put some crumbs on here. Just about half of them, because I want to save some for later. And I've got some Parmesan Reggiano. You can use Romano if you want. Half of that. I'm going to toss that around a little bit. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go to break. And we come back. Nellie's going to come over. She's going to take a look at this. And she'll be happy to know there are no tomatoes in this dish, because they'd be a little bit raw. She doesn't like raw tomatoes very much. But you can put those in here also. But when we come back, we'll talk some more about it.
Segment brought to you by Dean Supply. Shop like a chef at Dean Supply.